4 out of 5 teens who attempt suicide have given clear warning signs.
Suicide does not just occur in high-income countries, but is a global phenomenon in all regions of the world. In fact, over 79% of global suicides occur in low and middle-income countries in 2016.
Unfortunately, teens struggling with their mental health is a growing issue, but there are resources you can utilize. For help, you can call the second floor youth helpline listed below.
No more darkness.
Mental wellness is possible. By simply reaching out to an adult, a peer, or calling a hotline, you can see the light once more. Because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to be looking for it.
Thank you so much, Pinelands Regional High School, for that PSA. You've made a great start to our virtual broadcast. And let me say, welcome everybody. Welcome to the very first SPTS Virtual Gala. We're here today and we are right where we were going to be. We're right here at Eagle Oaks. My name is Larry Gold and I'm here tonight to bring you something extraordinary. For many of you, this might be your very first virtual broadcast. I would imagine this is first for many, but we are in this pandemic and that is exactly what we've overcome. And we've gotten here through the help and the efforts of the people on our team here at SPTS. So thank you again for being with us, and I hope you enjoy this amazing broadcast we have prepared for you tonight. Just let me say, I came upon SPTS 15 or 16 years ago when the original tragedy, which was the birth of the Society for the Prevention of Teenage Suicide, was born. And it was very important to us. And this community that we have here has bonded together and supported this amazing family, this family of people that are striving to rock this and take care of it and put it away. So here we are tonight. We're going to raise some money tonight, and I really do mean that. So many of you are on the broadcast right now watching me, and you're saying, Larry, what can I do? I'll tell you right now, and I'll tell you all through the night, you can donate. You can find it in your heart. So here we are. We've got this amazing broadcast for you tonight. Not only are we going to bring you an important message, some information, preventions, things that you can do, things that you can watch out for. We are all parents. We are all looking out for the best of our friends and our neighbors and our children. But we are here tonight to give you some entertainment. This is going to be one of the most exciting TV shows you've ever seen. You remember those internet broadcasts we had back in March and April where you turned on the link and you got all this great information, you got all this great entertainment? Well, that's what we're going to do for you tonight. But before we get into that, I want to introduce you to somebody who's very important here at SPTS, Dawn Doherty.
Thank you so much, Larry, and thank you all for joining us here tonight. As Larry said, we are usually here for our annual Golf and Tennis Classic. It was set for our 15th year. We will be back strong next year, but we really appreciate you all hanging in there and helping us because our message is more important than ever. The Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide was founded 15 years ago by two families who each lost a child to suicide. And their initial intent was just to save one family in Monmouth County from going through that tragedy. And 15 years later, we have potentially impacted over 10 million teens across the country through our programming. Our mission is to increase awareness and education about teen suicide and prevent the loss of life, to provide a support network for our children and our teens to know that it is okay to reach out for help and to make sure that that help is all well-versed in how to help kids or even their adults in their lives who are in need. And so SPTS does this through a variety of programs. We have a wealth of information on our website We hope that you will visit that SPTSUSA.org after the event for some of that information. We have tools and resources not only for parents, but for caregivers, trusted adults, our coaches, and certainly our school staff. We have an online training that we offer absolutely free, thanks to the generosity of you and all of our donors over the years that we've been able to train over 425,000 teachers across the country. We have in-person trainings, we do community education presentations, we have a mental health crisis toolkit that has been helping families across the state of New Jersey, a program that you will hear more about later, but one that we'd like to expand. And with your help tonight and throughout the rest of the year, we will be able to do that. We also started our youth council programs, and you'll hear from some of our students involved in these programs, and they impact the teens directly. Again, letting them know the warning signs of suicide, the importance of reaching out for help, and not keeping it a secret if they or their friends are in need. You'll also meet our clinical director and clinical advisor and get some really important information. And those are just a few of the highlights. And as Larry mentioned, we have some outstanding entertainment. It's really incredible, and we are so excited to bring it to you this evening.
Dawn, that was amazing. That you really brought attention to what we're going to do tonight, and you really gave us the technical side of it. And I got to be honest with you, there's so much information. The way we brought this to you tonight, the way we decided to get it together was to reach out to these people. Now you understand, we're in a pandemic. How were we going to do that? Well, we came up with a plan to interview and speak to and have people call in and video, and we recorded all this and we brought it to you in a way so that everybody understands. But the only way we can raise the maximum amount of money is to keep you on the broadcast for as long as possible. You have a lot of distractions, I'm sure. Maybe there's another TV on, maybe the kids are asking for stuff. There's a lot of things going on in your lives. I know, maybe you're making dinner, maybe something fell on the floor. Clean that up, the dog is barking. I get it, I get it. But what I really want you to do is I want you to focus in, I want you to sit in, maybe grab a glass of wine, maybe your favorite scotch, pour yourself a drink, sit down, and we've got some amazing entertainment for you tonight. World class. And I'm going to start that off right now. I heard this compilation from a friend of mine. His name is Michael Geegan, and he was put this together with a group of international musicians. And what happened was he put this song together, and coincidentally, when I heard it, I said, these words are speaking to me. When I say speaking to me, and I was talking with Dawn, and we came up with the idea, I said, this song is going to be the theme of tonight's broadcast. So here is Ooh Child. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Someday, yeah, you put it together and we'll get it all done. Someday, when your head is much lighter. Someday, yeah, we'll walk in the rays of a beautiful sun. Someday, when the world is much brighter. son. Someday the world is much brighter.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Right now. Right now. Ooh, baby. You just wait and see how things are gonna be. You just wait and see how things are gonna be. You just wait and see how things are gonna be. You just wait and see how things are gonna be. Gonna be so much brighter.
It's good, it's good.
A world premiere video from him later. He introduced me to Peter Fan, who is the orchestrator of that piece. And I got to tell you, some of the people that are on that singers, I know so many of them, they put it together, they laid it down from all different parts of the world, and it came together and it spoke to me, so I had it here for you. Obviously, that's just a little taste of our entertainment tonight. What I'd really like to do is take a moment here, switch gears a little bit, and just bring you back to actually what is the impact of suicide and suicide prevention for families, people that you know. So this may have been a little bit more difficult for some and for me, but I applaud the courage of Christine Moore, who shared her story with me one afternoon. We recorded her, and I got to be honest with you, she just wants to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else in her life or your life. So Jack was her son, and I want you to listen to the words of Christine Moore. Hi, everybody, and thank you again for joining us at our virtual gala here for SPTS. I thought we'd get right into it and right to the point of the story. And I'd introduce you to Christine Moore. She's here with us today. I want to thank you, Christine, for joining us.
You're welcome.
And if you would, please just explain why you're here.
So I lost my son Jack Moore to suicide 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, and I just really made it my mission that I'm going to talk about this. One of the last conversations I had with Jack, we talked about his feelings and how he was dealing with his stress, his anxieties, depression, and I said to him, buddy, lots of people feel the way you feel. And he said, then why doesn't anybody talk about it? So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to share his story, Jack's story.
Well, I truly applaud your courage, and I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story with us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Jack?
So yeah, Jack was 19 when he lost his battle. I try to say his battle. I don't really like to say, he took his own life. He lost his battle to a horrible illness of depression and anxiety. And he was smart. He was intelligent, he was popular, he got into great colleges, he had everything. And when you looked at him on paper, nobody would say, that kid is suffering.
This is an unusual story, you would think, but in actuality, it can happen to anybody.
It can happen to anybody. We are your average family. We live in an average house and we live in an average town. And I was highly involved with my kids in school. I did everything that they tell you as a parent to do. I participated. I made sure my kids were involved in after-school activities, and they were athletic, and they did their schoolwork. They did everything they were supposed to do.
Right. You did your job.
And it still happened to me because it can happen to anybody.
Yeah, I hear you. Jack sounds like an amazing young man, And for many of us watching today, this is the story we want to tell, and this is why it's so important for everybody to be on this broadcast today. And that's why we want to bring attention to this, and we weren't able to do it this year because of the pandemic, so here we are, and I'm glad you're here with us for our first story of many today.
I tell people, they say to me, tell us your story, and I said, it's not my story to tell. You know, when Jack was here, I didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about his struggles, because like so many, I felt, you know, it's private, we don't want to share. But I'm sharing now, because I don't want anybody else out there who may be thinking like, oh, maybe I should be talking to my kids about this. Maybe I should ask some of these questions. Because let's face it, none of us really know how to do this. We've never given instructions. So
I don't think everybody has the answers, and that's exactly why SPTS is so vital and important. The kids are having a rough enough time just being kids.
Completely agree with you.
And it gets harder and harder, and what we're all dealing with, and as parents, we're thinking every day when we kiss them goodnight, are they going to be with us forever?
Absolutely.
And even tomorrow? So I applaud you for coming on. I thank you, and we have more good stories to tell. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Just watching the interview and just working with her made me feel all warm inside that I'm able to help and work on something that is so impactful to so many people. We're not only trying to bring these stories to you, but obviously this is what it's about. But we want to talk about what we can do in our community. And a very, very important program we've come up with is the Youth Council. And to tell you a little bit more about Youth Council, I'd like to bring Dawn back so she can share some of what's going on in our Youth Council.
Thank you again, Larry. And Christine, thank you for sharing your story. Christine is one of thousands of parents around the country who experience the loss of suicide of a child each year. And for that reason, we at SPTS thought we need to go right to the source. We need to utilize our most underutilized audience, and those are our teens. And so we started our youth council, and we currently have one in Monmouth and Ocean counties in New Jersey and one in Woodbridge Township. And this council works with the students one evening per month. The kids come after school hours. It is volunteer hours for them. We talk about holistic wellness. We talk about the warning signs of suicide, how they are not mental health professionals, and the way they help their friends in need is by reaching to a trusted adult.
Yeah, I got the opportunity to speak to one of these students. Now, you're going to meet him in 1 second, John Poznanski. So John is this amazing wrestler. He has got a tremendous record. He'll tell you all about it. And John himself thought to go to the Youth Council and try to help his wrestling career, as well as some other issues that he had to deal with. So why don't we watch my interview with John so you can hear a little bit more.
And right before you meet John, you're going to see a video that was created by Jackie Poznansky, who is John's sister, both members of our Woodbridge Youth Council, because she wanted to be able to share with her classmates what the council is all about.
Amazing.
The SPTS Woodbridge Township Youth Council is a group of high school students from the 3 high schools, Woodbridge High School, JFK Memorial High School, and Colonia High School. The mission of the SPTS is to reduce the number of youth suicides and attempted suicides by encouraging public awareness through the development and promotion of educational training programs. The SPTS Youth Council plays a critical part in helping our organization fulfill the needs of our mission.
Coping skills of listening, being able to just take time for yourself. That is also another skill that I use in my everyday life whenever I'm feeling like overwhelmed or nervous about something or anxious. I just take a step back and I breathe, and I just try to look at the bigger picture. Instead of looking at the negative, I try to look at the positive.
If you are in need of support or know someone who may be considering taking their life, please call this National Suicide Prevention Lifeline number for immediate help.
Hey everybody, we're here with John Poznanski. He is a freshman at Rutgers University. He is joining the wrestling team at Rutgers. He's an exciting wrestler. He's got a story to tell, and he came to us to share his story with SPTS. He is part of the youth program, and I'd like to introduce you. John, thanks for coming on today and joining the virtual broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's an interesting story. I was reading a little bit about you in your bio, and we were talking a little bit, and I wanted to introduce you to some of the people so you could become maybe an inspiration to more people. Tell us a little bit about your wrestling career at Rutgers. What's in the future for you?
This year I'll be wrestling at Rutgers. I'll be looking to start at 184 this season. Now it's just I'm excited to go compete at the rack.
So how did you get involved in the youth program?
So my coach at Colonial High School, his mom is one of the Miss Grasso, the council ladies, and I heard him talk about it, and I got interested in it. I thought it could help me, with my mind, and help me stay calm for wrestling, because I thought it would help me in the wrestling aspect of everything. And I've been in it for 2 years. It really helped me with coping skills and things like that, and it helped me reach out to other people and help them join into the club as well.
That's terrific. So you were interested in making your wrestling career even greater. You were becoming a better wrestler, using some coping skills. And when you heard about the youth program, which is the Society for the Prevention of Teenage Suicide, that didn't give you any cause for concern. You were interested in doing that?
Well, I questioned a little bit, but then I talked to people about it. I talked to Miss Grasso, Mr. Grasso, and they really cleared it up for me. It could help me, and it could help other people as well.
The youth program is really a special place, and it offers something very special to students like yourself, those students who are struggling a little bit or have some coping needs or skills. You were using it for your wrestling career, so that's kind of interesting. And when you got there, how many people were on the youth program on these experiences that you had?
I would say between 60 and 80 at each meeting we would have. It was between our 3 high schools, Colonial, Woodbridge, and JFK. So you got to meet different people from all around our township.
Did you become sort of an inspiration with these people, or did it inspire you?
I think it became a little inspiration. I got to meet new people too, like the people you've never seen before that live right in your town. You get to meet them, and I think I became an inspiration to them and to other people to join too as well. My sister joined, and her friends joined, so it was more people to join. For SPTS, I think they just know who I am, so they thought about it, and they saw oh, Key's in there. Maybe we should join, see what it's all about.
So you are a star athlete. Tell us a little bit about your wrestling career.
So I wrestled at Colonial High School. I was a three-time state medalist. I took third my sophomore year, second my junior year, and I won a state title this year. I was 40-0 my senior year. I was 155-12 my career. I was ranked third in the country at 182, my weight class this year. That's the gist of it.
And how did Rutgers hear about you?
During the whole recruiting process, I took a visit to Rutgers, and a bunch of other schools recruited me, but I knew that was the place for me.
I understand you had some issues when you were younger.
Yeah. So I had Coach's disease when I was little. I don't try to use that as an excuse, but I guess that really elevates it a little bit. And with my wrestling and everything, that really makes it more of an inspiration.
Tell me about this young man, Chase, that has been following you.
Yeah. So Chase Falcone. There was an article written about myself and my Coach's disease, and his parents reached out to us during the middle of this season, and they wrote a really nice email. And there was another article written about him and me, him and I. And he followed me throughout the entire season, and we became best of friends this year.
I mean, you were undefeated, so I imagine he's a little bit of a good luck charm.
Oh yeah.
That's terrific. That's terrific. I'm sure he'll come to some of your Rutgers matches as well.
Yeah, he's got season tickets.
So you've become inspirational to some of the younger, kids in your community. Then you came to the youth program at SPTS and really, kind of showed the kind of person, the kind of young man that you are. And I really do appreciate that. I appreciate you sharing your story with us here today. And, like to get more people involved in the youth program to meet some fine young students, athletes like yourself. I wish you the best in your Rutgers career, I'll tell you that. And we're looking forward to seeing you. Maybe you can send in some of your wrestling highlights.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you for having me.
Thanks so much. You got it. Thank you, John. That was great. I loved it. I loved hearing about you and Chase and your record, and good luck at Rutgers, I'll tell you that. So I'm looking on the broadcast numbers. I got to be honest with you. We've got a ton of people. Actually, to be honest with you, maybe even more than I even thought would just jump right on and stick with us. We're about to give you some amazing entertainment, but before I do that, let me just take you back to why we're here. We're here for the fundraising, okay? Now, I understand the pandemic's hit some people hard and you're enjoying the broadcast, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Maybe you're just going to share the knowledge, pass it along, pay it forward, and make sure people are in touch with SPTS. But let me ask you this. If you are one of those people who have supported us before, and I know we've thanked you, and I know everyone has come around and thanked you for that, and we do appreciate it, but we're going to ask you one more time, all right? We're going to ask you one more time. Well, we might ask you a couple more times, but today it's really important, okay? It's really important. You know why it's really important? Because we didn't have an opportunity to bring you out to a golf course to play golf all day, or to go to the tennis place and hit tennis balls all day. That couldn't happen, okay? And I'm not giving you that opportunity. And you know what else I'm not giving? I'm not giving you chicken dinner tonight, okay? You don't have to sit around at this beautiful buffet at Eagle Oaks and eat and drink and have a good time and talk to friends. No, tonight you're actually going to get some great entertainment, but you're going to get some knowledge. And because of that, together, we're asking you to give. We're asking you to think about what you did last year and do it again. That's all. You did it for us last year, and if you're able to this year, we would so appreciate it if you would just do it for us again. Our numbers are going through the roof. Our people behind the scenes here, I've got some people, I've got a whole staff here, right here at Eagle Oaks, and it's going through the roof. The numbers are rising, and I know that when I come back and give you the updates, and when I do some drawings and I give away some prizes, you're going to be really excited. But right now, I want you to find a way to do that. Now let me take you to the first of many amazing entertainments tonight, okay? So I've met these guys, and if you saw them in concert, let me tell you, you'd pay $50 a ticket for sure, okay? They're called the Jersey Tenors, and they've got something great for you, okay? We're gonna take you back to the days of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So take it away, Jersey Tenors, let's go.
We are so happy to be here with you all today, and we dedicate this performance to the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. Good luck, and thank you for all the great work you do. And now, here we are,
the Jersey Tenors! Big girls don't cry, big girls don't cry. All right, how's everybody doing, Ironia?
Good out there.
So nice to be here, all these beautiful people. Big girls
Don't cry.
they don't cry. Social distance high five.
Big girls, they don't cry.
Who said they don't cry? My girl. There's my girl right there.
Said goodbye.
My oh my.
And my girl, she didn't cry.
I wonder why. Silly boy.
I told my girl we had to break up.
Silly boy.
I thought that she
right, folks, you ready to have a good time with us tonight? Oh, I love this crowd already. Here we go. And baby,
I was cute.
I was cruel.
And maybe I'm a fool.
You're such a fool. Silly boy.
Shame on you, your mama said.
Silly boy.
Shame on you for crying in bed.
Shame on you, you told a lie. Big girls don't cry. Big girls,
They don't cry.
they don't cry.
Big girls, they don't cry.
That's just an alibi. Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry. Big girls don't cry.
I was totally dancing. I'm totally dancing over here. This is amazing. That was just the first one. We got a lot more for you tonight. As a matter of fact, just let me let you know, we've got something come up to you tonight from the most amazing Broadway show, David Bryan, who wrote Diana, Princess Diana. He was in previews. And then the pandemic hit, and he never got to open. So we're going to give you a little preview of his show as Broadway gets prepared to open up as soon as they can. But before we get to that, let me just tell you why we're here once again. I've got here our silent auction items. Okay, you understand how this works. You've been to, maybe you've been to some galas before, and you've put down some money and you tried to win some things. We understand. You're at Walmart, you're trying to shop around, you're trying to buy something. This is not what this is about tonight. You're not trying to buy something for a value. You're not trying to get something extra. You're supposed to pay extra. You understand how that works? Yes, you get something in return, but you pay extra. Now, Dawn's going to share some things about the items.
Sure.
Beginning with the fact, how did we get all these items?
These items have been 100% donated. So either through the generosity of the owners of the companies or restaurants, or through the generosity of our board and golf committee and supporters purchasing gift cards for these restaurants, because we know the last 4 months have been really tough and it's not ideal to go asking for gift certificates. And so our supporters have been wonderful in giving back to the restaurants who have supported us year in and year out. And so you will see behind us, we do have a scrolling scoreboard of some of our high items and also some items with no bids, which when this scrolls again, I do believe Larry's DJ party package is on that package with no bids.
That's right.
Who
you
would
can
not?
bid on a unique music DJ package.
Right here.
Oh,
Number
here it is.
178.
Here it is. And for some reason, we don't have too many bids on this one right now. Now, every year the same guys bid on it, and that's cool. I'm happy to do it. But let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. As you can see, we're worth it.
More than worth it, Larry, because he was actually singing and dancing to the Jersey Tenors. But yes, please, if you are not already registered on BidPal, you can do that. The link is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We will be coming back to this. We also have one of our excellent live auctions coming up. But before we do that, we are going to offer our door prize drawing.
Door prizes
For all of you. And we had 145 people register before last night, which thank you again for that. Each of you gain an entry into the drawing. And Larry said, we cannot just pick names out of a hat or out of a bowl. That's too boring. We don't do that at SPTS. Larry Gold does not do that. So we have for you some excitement, and we will see how Larry can shoot.
So we had to do something. I just couldn't do the pull the name out. It's so boring. So I figured you'd see my my beer pong skills, all right? Very honestly, I don't know if I could miss with 145 names in there, but every one of those cups represents one of you who had a pre-registration, and you get a chance to win one of these beautiful prizes that we have for you. So here it goes.
Here
Are
it
you
goes.
all right with this?
I think so.
If I miss the table, I'm could you imagine?
Larry's buying gift cards for everybody.
No, I'll
just
never
kidding.
live it down. I'll never live it down.
So this first winner will receive a $100 gift card to Blend on Main in Manasquan. It is a fabulous restaurant.
I like Blend. All right, this is for Blend. I hope I win. I really do. I hope I win.
Larry, did you register?
I registered. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Let me see. I didn't really warm up.
Don't throw your back out.
Jacket's a little tight. Hold on. Here we go. 1, 2.
How about round 2?
I want you to know I did this 10 times earlier. I made it on the fly every time. All right, I gotta try to figure this out.
This is why we didn't ask him to chip it into the cup.
To be very honest with you, when we do these auctions, people love when you miss because they think they get another chance to win.
You do.
All right, we're going to try again. This one's in.
All right. Here we go.
I'll drink.
Number 11, and Rachel is going to give us the
Number
name.
11, Rachel.
Todd Cohen.
Todd Cohen.
Congratulations, Todd. Linda, you get a great dinner out.
Todd Cohen's going to Blend. I love it.
Yes, and now, in addition to all of the fun we're having, we would like to thank our sponsors this evening, because without you, this would not be possible this evening or the very important work that we are doing.
Tonight's virtual event sponsors, these are our premier sponsors tonight, and we appreciate everything that they've done and they have done for many years. The Coastal Title Agency with Bob Agel and Heather Puccio. Of course, Security Benefit, Mike Kiley, the Bank of America, which has been so supportive through the years, and a dear friend of mine, the Nazik family. We thank you all for being so much a part of our broadcast and our fundraising. For our platinum sponsors tonight, we'd like to thank Shore Haven. That's Larry Durso. We'd also like to thank Service Channel, and of course, Morgan Stanley and Christopher Shaw, who have generously donated and become sponsors of our program. We also have gold sponsors and silver sponsors. We'd like them all to be thanked and to make sure that they continue to donate for years to come. We thank you so much, and we appreciate everything you've done for us. We'd like to bring in Chef Dan. Chef Dan is going to be our first live auction item. Yes, live auction. How do you do live auction on a virtual broadcast? So you know how it works. You've got your BidPal registration, you've got your cell phone out, and you're ready to look at the first live auction for Chef Dan. Now, incredible chef, and he's done this for us, and it's been one of the most popular live auctions we have every year when we do our live benefit here at Eagle Oaks. Chef Dan, let's hear a little bit about Chef Dan.
how she looks like trouble. See how she dances and she sips the Coca-Cola.
Thank you, Chef Dan. Chef Dan, amazing. Chef Dan, that was just a little bit of a preview about Chef Dan. Now, like I said before, Chef Dan has been one of the most popular pieces, and we get tons and tons of bids on his live auction years past. Tonight, we're about to open the auction, but it seems like everybody started bidding while we put on the video, which is great.
We're working this out as we go. It's
So
a virtual live auction.
We were going to start at $750, but it seems like we're already way above that. So I'm looking for how much. What do you think we should start at?
Well, we intended to start at $750, but we are already up to $1,350.
We're at $1,350. All right, so let's pretend we're just going to start at $1,500. Let me hear it. Let's hear it. Let's get those things down. We have Rachel in the back there, and she's monitoring.
We are at $2,100 already.
Okay, so $1,500. That was the most successful auction I've ever seen. We already went to $2,100. Okay, I didn't say three things.
So Leslie, thank you so very much for $2,400. We can actually see who is bidding.
We can see.
We can.
That. All right, you
Leslie,
tell me because I can't see a thing. But that's all right. Leslie's at
younger eyes.
Let me just say. What are you saying?
24. Just a little bit.
We're at 2,400. That's amazing. Listen, I would be upset if we didn't have the next bid in at $3,000. Now remember, let me explain to you what happens. Chef Dan comes over your house. You do a little consult with him. You figure out exactly what you're going to have for dinner, what you're going to serve to your guests. Now, your job is you have to find 8 or 7 guests and yourself that are very safe, very COVID-friendly and safe. Maybe you do a temperature check as they walk in your house. Fun. Hey, I'll do the music. Let's combine the packages. We'll talk about that. All right, so you got these 7 safe friends that have come over to your house. You're outdoors, you're social distancing, and you've got Chef Dan killing it in the kitchen. He's doing your thing. Now, maybe you're a lamb chops person. Maybe you're steak. Maybe you like that. Maybe you have that special piece, that light fish. You know, the ladies, they love that light fish with a little white wine.
Pretty sure there were some scallops in that video.
Scallops, you love that. You got to
Mm-hmm.
you got to go for anything Chef Dan cooks is going to be amazing, but you get to consult with him and come up with something spectacular. And he works there. He's got a whole crew that he works there. They'll all, of course, be safe as well. And we'll put something together for you. So where are we? Where are we, Rachel?
We are still at $2,400. Do we
I want
have
somebody to
anyone
throw
for
somebody out there.
$2,550? I do believe we have $150 increments. And my
$150
math.
increment? I could do $2,550. I could do $2,550. Let's do $2,550. Put it out there. Somebody hit it up and get me $2,550.
Oh, Chip. There we go. Chip Gar,
Yeah,
thank you very
listen,
much.
That's my boys. I can handle my
Are you going to be at his? Oh, no, you said you were doing the music.
I'm going to do the music. I work at these events. I don't sit and eat. I don't ever get to do that. I wish I could. I would love to. I'd love to be a guest and see what it's like to sit down at one of these tables and talk to these people. Who knows? I have no idea what that's like. But the bottom line is, Chip, you're getting off easy right now.
You are. Last year, I'm pretty sure this package went for $3,500.
Yeah, we went for $3,500 last year. We have to beat that.
Oh, $2,700.
Chip, sorry, that was short-lived. Unless, of course, that's your thing. But let's hit 3,000. Who's going to be a big man? Let's go. 3,000. 3,000. Ladies, don't let the men outbid you. You got your own phone. You got your own cell phone. You just punch it in there, and you hit the number, and that's it. Everybody comes over. Think about it. You don't have to cook. You don't have to clean up. It's all done for you. It's perfect. I'll bring over the music. We got a perfect night. Maybe we'll have somebody sing or something like that. Bottom line is that we're going to make sure that this gets to the numbers that we want it to get to out of the generosity of your people.
Oh, right. Yes. If you do want to bid, you just have to go to bidpal.net/SPTS virtual, which is also scrolling on the bottom of your screen.
We'll give it that, by the way. Very high tech.
Very Alex is the best.
We've got a tech
team.
crew that's amazing. So down at the bottom, you'll see the scroll. So read that. You get in there. Some people might have registered. Some people just went to the broadcast. They don't even know that this is available to them. So let's get a whole new group of people in there so we can make sure that we hit the numbers that we need to hit. Remember, everything that we have tonight has been donated. So yes, there is no expenses. So we get to, SPTS gets to make all that money. Yes. When they make that money, it goes right back to where it's supposed to be, right for the cause.
I think we might need to, maybe do a countdown. We have $2,700.
27.
$2,700 going once.
No.
No?
Sorry.
It's not okay with Larry.
Sorry.
It is not okay with Larry.
Sorry.
Who
Somebody's
is
throwing
going
it out
to
there. I'm sorry.
outbid?
I've got too many people. I've got too many people out there that know me. This is the first of 3 auctions. Okay, we've got some great stuff. I've got, if you haven't looked on the auctions, we've got some great things coming at you. But right now we're talking about Chef Dan. So here's what it is. Let's get to 3,000 and I'll start the countdown. Let's try that. We'll start 3,000 and we'll do the countdown. Who's hitting me up for 3,000? All right. I'm thinking about it. And I'm saying, can I hit that button? It's right there. 3,000. What's the big deal? I got all my friends with me. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. We're having a little wine. It's a beautiful summer. It's not like anybody's going to Italy this summer. We're all staying home. We're all together. All right? We're all here. We're all in this together. And every weekend it's a challenge as to find out what can we do this weekend. So this is what you're going to do. All right? So let's go. Let's go with a 3, 2, 1. All right? We're going to go.
All right. I'm just waiting for we
got an
have
update? Do we have an update?
We're waiting on it. It's coming. It's coming. Okay. 2,700. Leslie
Going
Goria,
once.
thank you so very much. Going once. Oh.
Bob Agel.
Bob
feels,
Agel.
He feels.
3,000. Oh my
3,000.
goodness.
See, it's the going ones that really get. There are people out there, they know how this works. They know how this works.
I mean, for a custom dinner in your home, you don't have to lift a finger. 5-star food, gourmet, wonderful experience.
Fantastic. Thank you, Bob Agel. We're going to go with like this. We're going to do we're going to go 3,000 going once. 3,000 going once to Bob Agel. Now remember, I'm not going to be disappointed that last year we did a little better and this year we're in a pandemic. I get it. I'm not putting any guilt on you or anything like that. We'll get it from the next thing. But right now we got 3,000 going once. Now there's a little bit of a delay between me and the board, so I'm going to kind of slow it up a little bit and wait for updates. I got 3,000 going once.
He was on the phone? Okay.
We've got 3,000 going twice. I'm going to wait another 10 seconds. Sold.
Oh, wait, Frank Koretsky.
Did Frank Koretsky just try to get in there?
I think he slid in.
Think Frank Koretsky got in there?
3150 to
We've
Chip
got
Gar.
our first
Now
conflict
we
of the
have
evening. We have our first conflict of the evening. Koretsky came in and blew up the whole thing.
But Chip just then put in another. So right now, Chip Gar is leading.
Chip's back?
Chip's back, 3150.
3150.
3150.
All right, so we're at 3150 with Chip Gar. He loves it. Maybe we can go on one of his boats and have Chef Dan cook on one of his boats.
That may 3,300? 3,300. Oh, thank you,
Koretsky.
Frank.
Frank, I love you, Frank. That's my man right there. Every time you see this guy, he's smiling. I know why he's smiling. I'll tell you that. All right, so Frank he's up there. He's at 30.
Top notch.
Did we say 3,300?
I think 3,300.
3,300 for Koretsky. I got to be honest with you. That's amazing. 35 was what we did last year. Once again, I don't want to throw any guilt out there. Last year, I wasn't the auctioneer. Last year, I wasn't the auctioneer. So I don't want my first auction to be a failure. 34.
Oh, Frank is back.
34.50.
Wait, did Frank is bidding again. Thank you, Frank. Frank wants Larry.
Bob Agel
Oh,
up to
3,500.
That's what I'm talking about. Bobby, this guy, he knows. He knows what he's got my back. We've been playing golf here at Eagle Oaks for quite a while. He's got my back. So we got 3,500 from Bob Agel. It looks like things are getting exciting. I hope that the more bids are coming in. I'll be honest with you. I kind of would love to go above 35. That would be the best thing. Listen, once again, 35, I'm kind of happy. I could be happier.
So do we have 3,600?
3,650, I thought you said.
I think we're at 3,450.
No, we're at 30. Oh,
we are at 35.
But
Bob
can
is
we
in
do, you were supposed to do $150 increments.
We are.
So
we
it's
are.
36.50.
36.50. Yes.
That's pretty good. Now remember, we were going to stop way ago. That's what happens. You have to kind of milk it a little bit.
This is why you are the expert.
They're out there. They're out there. They're hungry.
There's a 20-second delay to allow more bids.
There is,
understand.
yes.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a delay. So I'll go back to the counting on the delay. We're at 35. Listen, I just want to go over. That's all. All right?
And you did match.
We matched.
And we have 2 more items. Fabulous items coming up.
Still at 35.
Looks like we're at 35.
3,500. I think, is that a wrap?
Like 20-second delay.
Oh, 20-second delay.
They don't know that because they're actually just watching it. Thank you.
Oh,
Frank
Frank
Koretsky,
Koretsky.
36. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. All right, it's getting down to the wire here. Now I'm really happy. I really don't care. It's all about me anyway, so I'm just figuring out. I did good, so here we go. So we're at 3,600 with Frank Koretsky. I really appreciate everybody bidding. I'm going to give everybody one more chance, and then we'll wrap it up. What do you say? Okay.
I think
so here
that's
we go.
fair.
We got Frank Koretsky at 36. We've got a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to count it down 3 times, okay?
Don and Frank next.
All right. 3,600 going once. 3,600 going twice.
That's Frank.
3,750 just came
Frank.
in.
Frank is bidding against
Frank is
himself.
now bidding
Thank
against
you, Frank
himself.
Koretsky, for
That's
all
what
of the
it's-
support
listen,
over
Dawn,
the years.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not
I love
about
it.
value. It's not like you're going to Walmart and you're looking at, oh, what can I get? What can I? It's not about that. It's
It is not a
just
TV
about-
dinner.
4,000 Bob Bagel. Oh my God. Oh my God. What can I say?
We
I don't-
could just stand
at this
here and keep
point-
doing this all night.
At this point, Bob Bagel, I mean, I gotta be honest with you.
Bob is one of
feel-
our founding board members too. He
and-
has been
and he's a
with the
sponsor,
organization. He is
Coastal.
a sponsor. He's incredible.
But
All of you are incredible.
I feel it, and I'm not kidding. I'm literally getting choked up, and this is why we're on this broadcast, to reach you. And I know you're watching, and I know you're out there, and if you want to text friends and give them the link so that they can participate in this amazing stuff, we've got great stuff coming up. So I'm going to call it right here. I think we're at
$4,000
$4,000
to Bob Bagel.
with Bob Bagel. Going once, going twice.
Sold.
That's $4,000 to Bob Bagel. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Now, Dawn, in our next segment that we have, we were able to get Don and Frank to join us for an interview. So if you don't mind.
Sure. Don Quigley is one of the founding families of SPTS. And when we have our events in person, you get to hear straight from the heart the experience of his family and how much this all means to him. And so we are now here. We'll be with Don and his son Frank, who is also now a member of our board of directors. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Don Quigley. I'm currently the president of the board and a founding member of SPTS. I welcome you to our virtual event in the hope that you, your family, and the friends are all safe and continue to be so as we battle the virus. It is an odd world that we are now living in, and certainly one that nobody could have predicted only 6 months ago. We started the organisation in 2004 when our family and the family of a close friend lost our children to suicide. Our son Sean was just 14 years old, in 8th grade, soon to be going to high school. That was 16 and a half years ago. There isn't a day that goes by that we don't think about him and imagine where he would be today at 30. What job would he have chosen? Maybe he would be married. Who knows? I do know that we miss him desperately. Because of the COVID pandemic, we had to cancel the annual golf and tennis outing. It is particularly disappointing to me, as the annual outing is where I have the privilege to meet most of you in person, and thank you for your continued support of our efforts. We are hoping the pandemic will be long gone by June 2021, when we will be back in some form of normal and able to welcome you back and conduct the outing as we have in the past. Not sure if there will be handshakes or elbow bumps, but the personal contact will be welcome. The successes that we have had over the last 16 years would not have been possible without the unwavering financial and heartfelt support you have provided. Looking back 16 years, we could have not have imagined how the organisation would have grown and the positive effect it would have in saving the lives of our precious children and many families not having to face the devastating grief of losing a child to this most preventable form of death. Unfortunately, we can't save them all, but we can continue to try. There is still much work to be done. We don't know yet the effect of COVID-19 will have on the mental health of our children having been locked down for so long and missing out of their graduations, college plans put on hold, and the uncertainty of when and if schools will reopen in the fall. We anticipate the resources we provide will be stretched to the limit, and the financial support you provide us will help to continue our efforts. We are indeed blessed and humbled to have such a solid foundation of support from you all. A word of thanks and appreciation to our Board of Directors and the staff at SPTS. The time and dedication they devote to the organisation is beyond gratitude. Thanks too for the many generous donations and of donors who've contributed items for our silent and live auction. Also, a shout out to host Larry Gold and his team for their expertise and talent in hosting this virtual event, as well as the many individuals and artists who have contributed their video clips to keep us all entertained. Thank you most sincerely from the bottom of our hearts. I will now hand over to my son Frank, who I'm proud to say is one of our board members and directors.
Thanks, Ed. Hi there, everyone. As my father has stated, I am Frank Quigley, and I lost my brother to suicide over 16 years ago when I was just 19. Back in 2004, we didn't have the resources we have now. They say if you want to learn about a disease, have a friend or a family member become diagnosed. You will research every aspect and leave no stone unturned trying to find a cure and the best medicine. Everyone in attendance and viewing on your computers, you are helping SPTS spread our mission of suicide awareness. It is because of your generosity, SPTS has been able to reach as many children and young adults as possible. You will hear shortly some of the experiences and testimonials from members of our Youth Council, a fantastic program SPTS has been able to develop under the guidance of Janine Grasso and so many talented high school students. COVID has changed the world we live in. Social distancing is a term that is counterintuitive to all of us. We want to be social and enjoy life with our friends and families. However, so many of us are more confined to our houses and ourselves. We feel now, more than ever, your support is desperately needed. Just as my family was in the dark about suicide awareness 16 years ago, we must not stay in the dark during these trying times. It is our duty to make this world a better place for the next generation. I will become a father in about 3 months. Sadly, my baby girl will not know or ever meet my brother, her Uncle Sean. If we only knew back then what we know now, he could be with us, celebrating new life. Instead, his passing has started a movement you are all now a part of. And we must spread the message that those who are hurting are not alone, that friends help friends, and that together we can do our part to help as many children and as many families as possible. If our message has saved one child, one family, one network of friends from the grief myself and my family had to endure, we consider that a success. But we will keep spreading the message of suicide awareness to as many people as possible because of the generosity of you. Thank you again for taking the time to spend your Monday evening with SPTS. Hopefully next year we can proceed with our golf and tennis outing where we can meet and greet you personally. Take care.
Thank you, Don, and thank you, Frank. You've been leaders. You've brought this to the people. You're saving lives. And I'll just say, and it's been told to me, there are statistics as to how many suicides and how many lives it takes in our teenage community. This is the second leading cause of death for our teenagers. However, there are no statistics on how many people you've saved because they're still with us. So what can I say? You're doing your job. The numbers are amazing. I'll give you updates later. There are so many people watching. I want you to tell your friends, get them on the link, and let's do some more stuff. Here's a little more entertainment for you. I thought I'd change it up a little bit. I brought out a dear friend of mine. He's an incredible magician in New York City. Sometimes you even see him on the streets doing his street show. He does Vegas shows. He does all kinds of events for me. I love him to death. He's got a professional, amazing personality, but his vibe is incredible. So I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Phil, the Magic Man. Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us again. We're gonna have a great little segment right here with Phil, the Magic Man. We've got something a little special for you. Break up the serious content that we've had right now, and I want you to kind of enjoy Phil and some of the things he's done. So Phil said, hey Larry, I'll do some stuff for you and people can enjoy it. And Phil, if they need you for a party, I'll make sure they come and call you and hook you up for a party, okay?
No problem. Again, I'm really just here to unite us, but more importantly, to bring peace, love, and happiness amongst us all, especially in these crazy times. So, you know, big shout out to you, Larry, for organizing and putting this together. And I sincerely appreciate you thinking of me to help entertain everybody amongst all your other guests. So I thought, let's try something special. You know, as a magician and a mentalist, it's more magic of the mind, whereas magic is more fast hands and card tricks. So I'm going to intertwine the two together for a very unique experience right now. So Larry, let's try this. Obviously, you and I are not in cahoots. I mean, we did talk beforehand. Usually I could do this to 50, 100 people at once. We pull names at random. That way, nothing's set up. But I want you to imagine this pandemic is over, all right? The pandemic is over. We're living our best life. We're in Vegas. Take me to Vegas. And we're at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. It's right next to the Bellagio with the fountains. And I want you to imagine you're sitting down at the blackjack table. You're doing fairly well for yourself, all right? Now, as a magician, I go through so many decks of playing cards that I thought to myself, why not start creating my own deck? So all you need is the cardboard that's used to make a box of playing cards. With a snap of the finger, it looks a lot better. But I still have a lot of work to do. If I fold the cardboard into the shape of a box like this, that's where the real magic happens.
Oh.
So for those of you who are very observant, you'll notice that I have a red box but blue playing cards. Very good. We'll get into that right now. So Larry, you're sitting down at the blackjack table and the dealer's dealing cards. I want you to imagine you're hoping for one card. One card. Do you have a card in mind?
I got it.
Is there any way I or anybody else listening here would know what card you're thinking of at this moment?
No way. I just made it up.
It would be impossible. It would be a lucky guess. I'm going to focus the camera for a minute on the deck of playing cards that we just made appear. All right, I'll stand up. Tell us all right now, not the ace of spades. Make it harder, because I did see you biting your bottom lip originally. Tell us, what was the card in your mind at this moment?
It was the ace of spades.
I know, because you're biting your bottom lip. Change it up. Make it harder.
All right, I got a new one.
It was too obvious. Tell everybody, what was the card in your mind?
It was the ace of spades. Now it's the jack of clubs.
The jack of clubs. Well, it's very funny, Larry, because most people, they originally think of the aces. So what did I do? And I'll do this slow so you can see. I flipped over the aces. I flipped over the ace of hearts here. I have the other ace over here, if you could see. The clubs. I have the diamonds over here. But you said the jack of clubs.
Yeah.
As you can see, I flipped over the four aces. What I didn't tell you is that the four aces, they're marked. They are marked in such a way that I knew which card you were thinking of even before you did. And you might say, how? How is that possible? Well, look, I wrote on the back of them. It says the jack of clubs. Those are the only cards, Larry, that I wrote on with big black ink, Sharpie. Those are the only red cards because these are the only blue cards in the deck. So if you don't say the jack of clubs, I look like a schmuck. But most people think of the ace of spades and switch to the jack of clubs. So that's why I knew you were going to think of that.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Thank you.
You just blew me away.
$50 later. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Phil, the Magic Man. I'm a magician and mentalist, as I mentioned. So a lot of people, as I said, know what a magician is. Not everyone knows what a mentalist is. It's essentially using your five senses to create the illusion of a sixth sense. I'm not psychic. I'm not a fortune teller, but I know how to influence, people's thoughts. So let's try something, Larry. Let's try something special. I am going to send you a text message right now of a prediction that I think is going to happen in the very near future, okay? I'm going to send you a text message right now. Let me know when you get it. Larry Gold, here we go. You don't open it up right away, but just let me know when you get it.
Okay, I just got it.
You got it. I'm gonna see if I could share my screen. Do you allow for screen sharing on here?
Yeah.
What I'm about to do is, prior to this starting, I sent Larry a text message as a prediction, okay?
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Oh, is this your stuff coming up on my screen?
This is my phone right now. It makes it easier to see. Now,
Okay.
Larry, on the iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you're probably familiar with the Notes app. It's an app where you could write down different ideas, different tasks that you need to do. So I wrote down a bunch of different movies, 100 of the greatest movies of all time that I wanted to watch during this pandemic. Every movie is different, 1 to 100. They're not in any particular order, as you could see. All right, every single one. Like number 35 is Titanic, right? Number 40 is Rocky. The list goes on and on. I wrote down a list of different grocery items I needed to buy, all different items, 1 to 100. Every item is different. I wrote down a bunch of different celebrities. Every celebrity is different. So Larry, prior to the starting, I sent you a text message. We're going to go back to that in a minute. I want you to think of the number right now, 1 to 100. Any number.
Okay, I got it.
Do you have it?
I have it.
Tell us all, what was the number you were just thinking of?
75.
Do you want to change it, or are you happy with it?
No, I thought about a different number, but I went with 75.
You went with 75. So watch, I'm going to go back to my screen here, and we're going to look at, let's do groceries. And we're going to look at what number is under 75, what item is under 75. And you can see every item is different. Tell us all right now, what number was 75? What item is that?
Coffee.
Coffee. Out of every single one. If you said 83, it would have been light bulbs. 81 is soap. 79 is donuts. Let's do it again. Right. So remember coffee. This time we're going to do it with celebrities. Think of a different number, 1 to 100.
Different number, 1 to 100. Okay.
Any number. I got it. Tell us, what number are you thinking of now?
39.
Not 38, 39?
39.
If I go to my list, like I said, and we look at celebrities, 1 to 100, every celebrity was different. Tell us, what celebrity is number 39?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, and every single celebrity was different. You said number 39, Jack Nicholson. Like I said, okay. Larry, go to your phone right now and check out the text message that I sent you about 2 minutes prior to this starting.
Yeah, I'm going to it right now.
If you look at the picture, it's a prediction of something that I sent you.
Oh my God. Can I describe this?
This is the picture. So if you zoom in, it's a picture of a cup of coffee with Jack Nicholson's face inside. So if Larry did not say those 2 exact numbers, this illusion also does not work. Doesn't work.
God. Just blew me away.
I'm incorporating the technology in the act. So anything, this could be done with any phone. I send the message prior.
You are the magic man. I'm sorry we don't have time to watch more of you. I think I'll have to watch another special event to bring you back. So I got to thank you so much for your time today. You are truly a gentleman, and thank you for donating your time here to SPTS. It's really a special.
My pleasure.
And I know you appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And we're back. So you can see we've got some crazy entertainment for you tonight. I thought that was amazing. He blew me away. I was kind of worried how it would translate on a Zoom call, but it did, and I was blown away, so I hope you enjoyed it. But let's get back to the important things and why we're here and some of the information. So there are some stories that I want you to hear. Some people who were fortunate enough to have our help, and some people who did not have our help. So we've got 3 impactful stories that we'd like to share with you. So right now I'd like to bring up Amalia Duarte.
The year 2020 started off in Mendham Township in a horrible way, as we all learned of the death of 2 young men in our community by suicide. Mendham Township is a very small community where everybody pretty much knows everybody else, and it was like a gut punch to the stomach. As head of our stigma-free task force and also a member of the Township Council, I immediately gathered together a group of residents to decide what we could do and the steps we should take to try to bring some healing to our community and in response to this crisis. The first phone call I made was to the Society for Prevention of Teen Suicide, and they immediately came to Mendham Township to offer help and support. We pulled together two things: a community conversation, which was a workshop for parents, and also a survey of our community to find out how people were feeling and also to understand their level of knowledge about the issue of suicide. The community workshop was amazing. Susan Talone did something that I've described as group therapy. There were probably 160 people in our community center that evening. It was standing room only, and parents were there in grief and in mourning and in shock. And Susan offered us exactly what we needed. She embraced our feelings. She offered us a perspective as a professional, and she also had us all walking away with new ways to talk to our children about this challenging topic, and she gave us hope. She really helped start the healing process in Mendham. We are so grateful for the work that evening. The survey was also very impactful, and what we have done since then is continue the conversation throughout our community. We're so thankful to the Society for Prevention of Teen Suicide for everything that they did for Mendham Township in our time of crisis.
We're going to try to introduce you to some wonderful people that we've met along the way. And today we'd like to introduce you to Kate Sharkey. And Kate is with us to explain her experience with the toolkit that we offer at SPTS. And she had a terrific experience with the toolkit. And if you don't mind, Kate, thank you for coming on the broadcast with us and sharing this story. I know that it is a difficult subject, but you are passing along the information to our viewers and to everybody out there. So how was it that you received this toolkit?
We were in the emergency room at a local hospital in Red Bank, and it was probably about the 5th or 6th experience we've had in an emergency room with one of our daughters who was experiencing mental health crisis. I would say totally that visit was, we were in the hospital for over 30 hours with her. I don't know what hour it was that the social worker came to me and handed me the toolkit. It's beautifully designed, and it gave us so much information that we really needed at this point. We were entering a different level of crisis with our daughter than we had before. She was going to be transported to a inpatient care facility. I think most importantly, what it gave us was a way to communicate with our family and friends, and actually our daughter's friends as well, using the verbiage, the correct language, and really opening up the conversation with family and friends on what we're going through, what she's going through. And we even had my daughter's friends over while she was away and shared the toolkit with them and really went through bullet by bullet on, you know, what's happening right now with her. So it was a lifesaver for us.
So you were able to take your mental health crisis from a private family situation to a much more public situation, which allowed you to cope better.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like I've always been public about it, but for the rest of my family, especially my husband, who didn't really have the language, the right tools, explaining to his family and friends, it was a game changer.
Well, thank you very much for joining us and telling everybody how this can help, how it helped you, and how, of course, will help families in the future. This is a very important broadcast. We're trying to raise money and awareness, and for some people, to be honest with you, for some people, they're sitting there, they may be in crisis. Either they don't recognize it or they don't want to recognize it.
Absolutely. And I appreciate it, and thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Kate. I appreciate it.
This toolkit is an invaluable resource for parents who are in the emergency department. When you're in the emergency department, so many things are going through your head. Why did this happen? Is my child going to be okay? I'm a horrible parent. What am I going to do? In the first few paragraphs, it makes you feel like you're not alone. It gives you resources for you and for your child beyond the emergency room to get them the help that they need.
So as you can see, we are making a difference. Your dollars have made a difference. For the past 15 years or so, now in our 16th year, your dollars have made a difference. We've been able to do more than anyone else could have ever imagined. So I promised you great entertainment. Right now I'm going to bring in one of my very dear friends. And when I say dear friends, I mean a man who's traveled the world. As a matter of fact, I've traveled with him. Together, I've watched him perform with Andrea Bocelli. He's been all around the world with Justin Timberlake. Right now he's on tour with Supertramp. This is a guy that lives right here in Monmouth County. And he brought a special guest on this world premiere video. He brought a special guest, and they filmed something spectacular. You're going to love this. This is my friend Michael Geegan.
Don't you know, talking about a revolution and a sound. Don't you know, I'm talking about a revolution and a sound. While they're standing in the welfare line, crying at the doorsteps of the armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Now, don't you know, talking about revolution and it sounds. Don't you know, talking about revolution and it sounds. Poor people gonna rise up and get their share. Poor people gonna rise up and take what's theirs. Oh, you know you better run, 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 run. Talking about a revolution. Yeah, you know you better run, 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 run. Talking about a revolution. 'Cause finally the tables started to turn. Yeah, I'm talking about a revolution. Yeah. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. Yeah, I'm talking about a revolution. You got a fast car, and I want it to get you anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Don't you know, talking about revolution and a sound. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Don't you know, I'm talking about revolution and a sound. I said, and you got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. I just would like to explain one of the hazards of having a live virtual event and auction. We did have a little bit of a hiccup with our bid pal. So I do just want to clarify all of the items on bid pal that had bids are currently closed. So if you had the winning bid.
So you won.
Congratulations.
You won.
There are a few items
That's good.
that did not have bids. Those will be visible again when we're done with this segment.
Okay.
But the good news is
They can bid on that.
they can bid on that. We still have 2 excellent live auction items coming up.
Let's do
And
it.
there's always the opportunity to just make a donation. Make a donation, please, to help save our teens. Thank you again for staying with us. We have Larry has another chance to hit
Well,
one of
fix
these
them up.
cups.
There's like holes in there.
Don't make excuses.
All right,
Don't make excuses. We are not on the golf course. Come on. You can do this. Concentrate.
I have a reputation. Okay, here's what's going to happen. This time I'm going to throw it. We've got 144 people left.
We do.
Todd Cohen won the first one.
He did.
So we have one more, and then I think we're doing even another one later, right?
We actually have 5 in
Okay,
total.
great. So we'll keep doing it. We'll do it
So,
all night, whatever.
we do.
I'm going to throw this in there. Somebody's going to win. We've got 100.
We can definitely do 2 now.
Let's
do 2 now.
All right, we'll do 2.
So,
Do one close and then do a big shot.
I don't
oh.
trust it. All right, here we go.
So this is for a $100
$100
gift
where?
certificate to Feast in Old Bridge,
Ooh,
which is
the new
donated.
restaurant.
The new restaurant donated by the owner Angelo Bongiovanni, who is incredible. He's a great supporter.
Oh my God!
There were
I'm
some
there
other.
all the time.
Oh well, there you go.
I'm at all his restaurants. That guy's a restaurateur. He is a restaurateur. That's straight up. That's what he is. Love you, Angelo. All right, here we go. We're gonna give away a little Feast money right here. Here we go. Somebody's gonna get it.
Hopefully. No pressure.
All right, no pressure. Where do you want it to go? I'll put it right in.
I kind of like this one over here.
All right, here we go.
Do you think?
Oh my god. Oh, I got a sound effect.
We might need to get a guest in to shoot because we don't have all night.
Short white guys are not good at this game. All right, here we go. This time I'm getting it in.
Oh my goodness.
I must have done this 7 times before. This is crazy.
See, one of the other ideas was throwing darts at balloons, but we thought that would be difficult.
You do it. He's terrible.
All right, here we go. This one's going in.
Oh my goodness. All right, how about Larry? Just go pick out a cup.
All right,
You
here
don't
we
know what
go.
number
I have no
goes
idea.
to who.
I have no idea.
So
here we go. We got it right here. Whatever this is.
What number is this?
I can't even deal with this anymore.
119. Rachel, who belongs to 119? Mr. and Mrs. Tarantino, thank you so very much. Tommy, you guys have been wonderful supporters. We will get that to you. And now, do you want to try another shot or do you want to just pick a cup?
No, I'm going to try it. I got to get it in.
Okay.
I have to redeem myself.
Let me grab
I
another
have to
ball.
redeem myself. This is crazy. I must have done this 10 times this afternoon, and I couldn't miss. Now I can't make it.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you.
There we go. Number 113.
113.
Where'd we... Karen Kellner, thank you so
Kellner.
very much. And that one
I know
will
Karen
be...
Kellner.
Do
Thanks,
you?
Karen.
That will be a $100 gift card to Metropolitan Cafe, right downtown
Metropolitan,
Freehold.
right in Freehold.
Yes.
Oh my
Another
God.
wonderful
That's a
supporter
phenomenal
of...
spot.
Yes.
That's
We
a
love going
phenomenal
out for lunch.
spot.
They have some great outdoor space
They
right
got a
now
great
as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
So very COVID friendly.
Good
The
job.
staff is
Good job,
fabulous.
Karen. Good job. You did a great job, Karen.
Okay. So now we're going to get serious again.
Serious?
We have... Well, I mean, that's difficult. But
Serious? I don't think we're very serious.
We do have our second live auction item.
Okay.
And I do believe this is an incredible golf trip.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I know a little bit about golf. This place is hard to pronounce. Can you pronounce it?
Loxahatchee.
Loxahatchee. Very good. I'm impressed. A lot of golf courses have some weird names.
do.
So Loxahatchee is one of the most premier golf courses in Florida.
Jupiter, Florida.
I got a chance to go there myself. It's an amazing course. In my lifetime, I'm happy to play there just one time. But on this trip, how many times can we get to play there?
You get 2 rounds of golf for 4. And
2 rounds
not
of golf
only,
for 4 people?
For 4 people. You also get the luxury of staying in a gorgeous 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house Right on the course.
On the golf course.
On the golf course.
Oh, there's all celebrities in that golf course.
There are.
There's all professional golfers at that golf course. Professional golfers on the range. Oh my God, that's
But
a
wait,
real golfer's dream.
It gets better.
More?
We also have, sorry.
No.
We also have a foursome at Banyan Cay. Another
Banyan Cay?
absolutely fabulous golf course down there.
Wow. Banyan Cay happens to be the sister course to here, to Eagle Oaks in New Jersey. And a lot of the members go down there. We've got some great people. As a matter of fact, the owner of Banyan Cay plays golf with the one and only Dustin Johnson, the professional golfer. So you might see
That
Dustin
sounds-
on the range. That's
that-
kind of
that
cool.
sounds
It's
pretty
kinda
cool.
Basically, I'm giving you too much golf information. Take it away.
Okay, so we are going to request this bidding to start at $2,000.
That's it?
Which is a steal.
2,000, I'm in.
Can we get Larry on the board?
I'm in. Please put my name down for $2,000. All right, I'm up first, $2,000. Somebody please blow me away. Blow me away with your kindness. Blow me away with your generosity. I want to make sure that everybody understands this is world-class golf.
Yes, and
The fella-
Robert McGurr.
That's what I was going to say.
He is incredible. He has donated use of his home, absolutely gorgeous. Again, on the course, Loxahatchee, their clubhouse is going through an extensive renovation. It's going to be out of this world. And so the suggestion is, which also helps with some
You
of the
sound
COVID
like one of those
restrictions.
Florida realtors trying to sell some property.
Hey, maybe second career.
All right, there you go. COVID
But
career.
Robert has suggested going down after the first of the year to be able to utilize the clubhouse.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
So-
great. So we'll use this next year. We'll get your foursome down there. You'll play a couple rounds of golf at Loxahatchee. You'll go to Banyan Cay. You'll have an amazing time. It's really one of the more special places in Florida to play golf. So once again, I would love to hear that the bidding is at
Oh, we have our first bid at $3,500.
Todd Cohen. Think about it. Think about it. Todd's footing the bill for $3,500. But maybe if he brings three friends, he's not really footing the bill. It's like a
That's
split.
pretty good.
But
It
no,
is.
it's like a split. So it's less than $1,000 each. If you think about it that way,
For
the
4
numbers,
rounds of
the
golf.
numbers should,
3 rounds of golf.
but it's world-class golf.
Oh.
So we're talking about getting this way up there, okay? So way up there. If you don't mind, I'd like you to get 3 friends. You know your buddies. You know your golf buddies. You know your friends. They're gonna go on this trip with you. They're gonna have an amazing time. Listen, we'll get this done next year. You'll go out. It'll be like coming out of a rough winter. You'll be itching to play golf, and you'll be like, you know what? Me and a couple of buddies, we're going to Loxahatchee. Wait till you tell your buddies that you're going to take them on Loxahatchee. But believe me, they'll chip in. It'll be great. You'll all go. It will be great to do. So where are we? 3,500.
We are at 3,500.
So we're at 3,500. Todd Cohen, I love you, Todd, but we could do better. All right? I don't even want to tell you what we did last year for this. This was crazy. Now, I don't want to stretch this out too long, so let's just get right to the gist of it. Todd, I know you're 3,500, and I love it, and I'm about to say going once, going twice, but I'm not there yet. I need to get to like $4,000, so $4,000 would start to cue that for me. So, Todd, if you feel like you want to win and you want to jump in on that $4,000 bid, I'll start the run of show. I'll start that, going once, going twice kind of thing. So just let me know what you want to do. All right, so I'm waiting for Rachel to give me the thumbs up that somebody went for it. I'm not quite sure. The numbers are coming in. I'm just kind of riffing here. I got a 20-second delay, so it's even longer than that. It's even longer than that. But you know what? I don't really have a problem talking. I could pretty much go all night, but I really just want to make sure that you all understand. This is not about a great golf trip. That's great. What you're getting is you're getting a chance to contribute to something special. This is one of the most endearing organizations that I've ever been involved. It's so grassroots.
Our Wi-Fi is down. Do you want to?
Luckily, our stream isn't.
The stream is not.
The stream is going good.
Wi-Fi
Little Wi-Fi
is.
went down, but that's
so
okay.
we are going to take that as a message from the universe.
Message from the universe.
We will sit
You wanna come
tight
back?
at 3,500.
We'll sit tight at 3,500? Okay.
And then I think we'll continue on with the entertainment.
Okay.
We will circle back
What do you got
on
for me,
this.
Alex?
I've got the wonderful actor Josh Flitter.
Oh my God.
Todd's at 4.
Todd's at 4. Thanks, Todd.
Todd's at 4 and the Wi-Fi's down. I think he walked in from the other room. He came in. Are we back on? What do you want to do?
Let's hold it tight at
No,
4.
no, he said he went
We
4,
wanna-
and I told him and I'd do
You
the
did.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Rachel, are we down or are we up? We're down. All right. So I think Todd would appreciate that we gave everybody a chance and maybe raise some more money. I know he wants to go, and maybe he'll even take me. I don't know. All right. So let's switch gears a little bit. I want to introduce you to a young man that you may be familiar with. This is one of actors. As a matter of fact, he's a Hollywood actor, and you might know him. He played the caddy beside Shia LaBeouf in a Disney movie called The Greatest Game. So I'd like to bring Josh Flitter out. He's a friend of the charity, and he had a very specific experience in his high school years. As a matter of fact, my children, my boys are right around Josh's age, and they had the same experience. And I'm going to let Josh share with you his experience with teenage suicide.
Hi, I'm Josh Flitter. You may know me as playing Eddie from The Greatest Game Ever Played, where I played Shia LaBeouf or Francis Ouimet's caddy in the movie. I wasn't really sure what to say today, and I thought about it and realized I wanted to just speak from experience. In high school, I went to Marlboro High School here in New Jersey. There were multiple people who took their own life. And I think no one knew how to understand what was happening. None of the students were able to. It's hard to rationalize what you keep seeing. And the teachers and counselors were trying their best, but I think they didn't really know what to do. And one of the wonderful things about SPTS is that they focus on prevention, intervention, and postvention. Training students and teachers alike in ways to help prevent, deal with in the moment, and then, if necessary, deal with after. And I think that's incredibly important, especially for young people to learn how to see the warning signs and help out each other. I just wanted to say thank you for participating today. Please donate. You could win some wonderful prizes in the auction. And thanks again.
What can I say? That's a professional. And he brought his own life experience to our broadcast. Thank you so much, Josh. So now I have to change it up a little bit. I had an interview, I had a meeting with a comedian, Mike Marino. Mike is a nationwide comic. He's been all over the place. He's got a lot of experience. He's performed for us many times before at our Gala Live, and he will be hosting our comedy night in the fall. I'd like to introduce you to Mike Marino.
Hey everybody, we're here with Mike Marino. He is a comedian that we've used before here at the SPTS. He's been kind enough to join us for some of our other galas that were in live and in person. And he hosts our comedy night and comes out and does a headline for this year's comedy night in October. So thanks, Mike, for coming on. I really appreciate it. This got to be kind of a strange get-together today.
Well, the first thing that's strange about this get-together is you called me at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm a comedian. I'm sleeping at this time of day.
9 o'clock's rough. I know. I'm a late night guy myself in the entertainment business. 9 o'clock is just not a funny time.
No, there's not even. I have one cup of coffee. I got to have at least 3 before I turn on the funny charm.
Exactly.
That doesn't happen till 11.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. I'd like to take a little bit of a break during this heavy subject matter and maybe bring a little smiles to everybody.
Well, of course, and it's been a tough time for everybody around the world. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to learn all kinds of new technology. I'm going to see how I can't get it on the internet and make people laugh throughout the world, especially us folks here in New Jersey, by coming up with some of the funniest bits that I could possibly think of, even during the storm. So when people said to me, how are you going to social distance? I said, wait a minute, I'm from New Jersey. We had that term our whole lives. It was called get away from me. Why are you next to me? And it made me laugh and it made some other people laugh. But the thing is, it's true to form. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, we are social people by nature. Everybody who's watching this program has been at the virtual gala, which we stuffed 400 or 500 people into this Eagle Oaks ballroom, and you've come on. You've done an incredible job for us before, and everybody loves you, and that's why we asked you to come back.
Well, thank you. I hope I could bring a smile to a lot of people who are watching this show right now. Of course, it's difficult times, but you know what? You can't beat someone that's always smiling, especially what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So if you could find a little bit of a joke in the tragic stuff that's going on, you can make yourself smile. So what I do is I just go to a store. I went to a CVS store, and they have the Minute Clinic. So you could see a doctor at a grocery store. Now, I don't know how old you are, but when I was a kid, no doctor was at the grocery store. You got groceries.
Right.
So I said to a doctor at CVS, how long are you working here? He said, 6 months. I said, what'd you do before you were a doctor? He said, I was a cashier.
He graduated.
How is this not funny?
Yeah, sometimes all you got to do is just keep your eyes open. You see some good stuff.
Absolutely.
We got some comedy just in walking around, New Jersey, where we golf at Eagle Oaks and where we see our friends. I mean, there's a lot of characters in New Jersey. I'll tell you that.
You got to love these characters, and you're right. Like I love to go to a deli when I come home to New Jersey because we don't really have it like that in California. And you go into a deli and you usually have a guy with an attitude. That lets you know you're going to get a great sandwich.
Right.
And you can't get pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll anywhere but New Jersey. And I love that. So when I go into a Wawa or a Quick Check and I ask for the pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll, what I don't like is I got to put it in the computer myself. I'd rather talk to somebody who would make that sandwich with an attitude. Then I know I'm going to get the greatest pork roll sandwich in the world. And what I love about New Jersey too is people will argue, is it pork roll or tail of ham? I don't care. I'm from out of town. Just let me have one.
Yeah, exactly. I remember going out to California. It was sort of like a culture shock for me. Everybody was so nice. I'm used to New Jersey,
Well, we're nice here in New Jersey. We just sound a little bit meaner.
I mean, we come at you pretty hard. You got to stand up to us in New Jersey, I'll tell you that.
I tell people in California, you talk to somebody from New Jersey and they're really happy to meet you, they're probably going to be cursing. If they're not cursing, they don't like you at all.
Hey, Mike, I appreciate you hanging out with us for a little while today and, putting a smile on some of our faces.
I hope
Mike,
to.
Yeah,
I hope to make a lot of people smile, make you feel good just a little bit. I'm 57 years old now. I can't really make myself happy by going to a gym, even if the gym was open. I look at the weights and I dislocate a shoulder. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, exactly.
But I find comedy in that because as far as I'm concerned, if I can't do curls for the girls, I'm going to go get a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a hard roll at the Wawa.
I love it. I love it.
All right, we're back. We fixed our little technical issues with the Wi-Fi, by the way. And while we were out, we did get a few more bids. So just let me tell you where we're at. We're at 4,200 from a man named Steve Robinson.
4,250.
Sorry.
Oh, the peanut gallery.
4,250 from a man named Steve Robinson. If you don't know Steve is one of the more generous friends I have. He's a personal friend, and I appreciate it. 4,250 is nothing for a man like you. I'd like to see 5,000, but that's just me. All right, so we got to wrap this up. We got to get to it a little quicker. I appreciate Todd Cohen. He got us up to 4,000 on the break. We came back 4,250 with Steve Robinson. We've got people. I actually could be in this foursome. To be honest with you, I'll tell you, if I stopped it right now, Steve would repay me by making me pay my share of the $42.50.
Well, then, Steve, I think you should go up a little bit more.
Exactly. Maybe a little bit more. I can handle it. All right, here we go. We're at $42.50. Let me just get one bid before we do the run of shove. Before we go 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let me just get one more bid, and we'll call it from there. We'll go once, twice, three, you know how they
Sure.
do it. What do they do? 3 strikes, you're out. What do they do?
I mean, that's baseball.
No, that's baseball, right? Well, there's baseball again. We're back.
We are. Yes.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go $42.50. So I want to say 40. I want to say 45, but that's me. I'm just saying 40. If I can hear 45, that'd be great. I got my girl Rachel. She's down there. I got a whole crew back there. You should see what's going on. I got Rachel back there. She's waiting to hear that little bing.
We're still $42.50.
All right, you know what? I'm okay with $42.50. I know it's going to come in while I do it, but I don't want to be on delay. So let me give him the delay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's the delay. This is the delay.
And while Larry's counting, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we have still coming up. We have an incredible piece from our partners at School of Rock. They're All-Stars students.
I can't wait for that.
It's really incredible.
That's really good.
The All-Stars, we have messages from the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets. These are some of the organizations and businesses that we have worked with because they see the value in making sure that their teens, their volunteers, their staff, their franchise owners for School of Rock all know the importance of suicide prevention.
Looks like
We do also have Susan and Maureen coming up with very important messages.
for that. All right, so it looks like $42.50 is the number. So here we go. Steve Robinson,
Thank you.
got $42.50 right now. Going once. Steve Robinson at $42.50 going twice. Sold.
Thank
To
you
my
very
friend,
much.
Steve Robinson. Good job. my
Thank
friend.
you, Steve.
I gave everybody a chance. I gave you a chance.
And now, Alex, where are we? Yes, and now I would like to introduce, if you don't mind. And the next video is a message from New Jersey State Senator Vin Gopal, who is a wonderful advocate for mental health and a supporter of SPTS for many years.
This is Senator Vin Gopal, and I want to take a moment today to recognize the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide, an incredible nonprofit organization based in my legislative district in Monmouth County, for the incredible work they do. As COVID-19 continues, we see the struggles of mental health on our youth, and it's important now that organizations like this are at the forefront, and I'm so honored to partner with this one. I want to give special recognition to Executive Director Dawn Doherty and Development Director Sam Parker for all that they do, especially the board and volunteers of the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. Together, we will get through this, and I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting this event virtually.
So thank you, Vin. I appreciate that. A message from our state senator. So during the broadcast, there were a few moments as I was filming and preparing these segments that really touched me. What you're about to see is the crux of what we're all about. If you take anything away from tonight's broadcast, we've had some fun, we've had some laughs, we've raised some money, we've had great entertainment. There's so much more coming. But if you take anything away from this broadcast tonight, this is what I want you to listen to. I'd like you to welcome Susan and Maureen.
Hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining us at SPTS. We are not only providing you with some information today and some stories, but we are also trying to give you some more practical clinical advice from some professionals and our professionals at SPTS. Today we have Maureen Underwood and Susan Talone, and thank you girls for coming on the show with us today and an opportunity to share some of what's going on at SPTS with our viewers.
Thanks, Larry.
It's great. So most importantly, I really like that SPTS has a program involved. They came up with something that can be translated to the parents out there. Maureen, I understand you've been very, very involved in creating this program.
Yes, I was one of the people with the two founders who, sort of looked at the landscape and tried to figure out what did people need. And the one thing we figured out is that most parents have very little information about what to do about the mental health of their kids. If their kid gets a toothache, they know where the dentist is. If their kid breaks a leg, they know where the ER is. If they get the flu, they know the doc. But nobody has a clue of where to go for mental health assistance. So that was one of the first things we decided is we need to make parents better educated consumers, and most of the material on our website is designed to do that.
That's excellent. So we get a chance to really read it as a layperson, somebody who doesn't really understand.
Exactly.
So I think the viewer, we all have something in common. We have children, and we want to protect them, and we want to make sure they're safe.
The face of suicide is not what everyone might think it is, and that we have to look for warning signs in all of our children. And Maureen had put together an incredible way of looking at warning signs, which we do through SPTS, which is facts, feelings, actions, changes, threats, and situations. So you're looking at changes in all of those categories. And oftentimes we're asked, like, well, how do you know what's normal versus, kids that are in trouble? And we always say, like, if you see a change, if something is lasting more than 2 weeks, then, start to kind of put your antenna up a little bit, start to pay attention that maybe something is going on with that child.
We brought up another point in our pre-conversation. We brought up another point about prevention. I think everybody would be really excited to hear about what can we do to prevent, or how can we be more proactive?
I think what I would say, and Susan, I'd be interested, in your kind of adding to this. I think prevention, you can't prevent something you don't think is a problem. So I think the first thing is realization, that especially in this time of COVID, there's a lot of chronic stress that's kind of pushing us all a little close to the edge. And having that recognition that it doesn't come from bad parenting, it doesn't come from neglected parenting, it just comes from the fact that it's a tough time for the world. And it's important, as Susan just said, if you see those changes in your kids, to ask about them. You're not yourself. Can you tell me what's going on? Rather than ignoring it. That would be the main point I would see for prevention. Susan, what else would you add?
I would absolutely agree with that. And I would also add that, as parents, we try to fix everything for our children. We want that fix. And so we oftentimes will give them advice, but really what kids need more than anything, which is a protective factor, is someone that listens, not just talks, but listens. So that art of tell me more about what's going on. Tell me, why you're feeling this way, and validating what that child is going through can be probably one of the most powerful prevention methods we have, is listening and validating and not trying to fix it or give advice.
You mentioned something before about a trusted friend or a trusted adult.
Well, when we talk about prevention and protective factors, we have in the field realized that one caring adult can really be a huge protective factor for a child, someone that they can go to and really talk to, really listen to. And oftentimes it's not the parent. Oftentimes it's the coach, an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, someone who can have a little distance from that and really let that child talk and validate. Wouldn't you say, Maureen? Oftentimes,
yes, I totally agree. And the one thing I want to say is it's really hard to simply listen when your child says, I want to die.
Mm-hmm.
You have to bite your tongue till it bleeds to not want to fix that. But to just be able to say those 3 magic words, which is tell me more, because you want to find out what's going on that's causing the feelings, not try to make the feelings go away, because you can't.
Tell me more. I like that.
Tell me more.
This is great information. This is a tough time we're living in right now, and I thank you girls for coming on to the show with us and sharing some of your information and your expertise and your advice. And we hope not to use you, but we certainly want to have you as a resource in our lives. Thank you so much.
And Larry, just want to say, people can go to our website and find, even more information. And there's just so much educational information on our website. So, if people are curious, it's all there.
Thank you, Ken. Thank you so much.
All right.
What can I say? That was the most important segment of the entire broadcast, and I'm glad you all stayed for it. Now, I don't want you to think that you saw the most important thing and you got something else to do. What else do you have to do tonight? You're going to sit around, you're going to have another glass of wine maybe a little scotch, and you're going to enjoy the rest of it. I cannot believe what I have in store for you. I've got the world famous David Bryan, keyboardist and founding member of Bon Jovi. He's going to be performing with us. He's going to perform his song from his Broadway show that he wrote everything for, and that's Diana on Broadway. That's coming up in just a little while. But before we do that, I just want to make sure that you understand this broadcast, this charity, this organization has touched so many people. Once you hear about it, you have to get involved. You have to get involved. This is just something that you have to support. We all know the children. When I presented this to my partner here at the virtual broadcasting communications company that we started during the pandemic, when I presented it to him, he was so impressed, he was so touched that he said, "Can I do something for the broadcast?" Now, this fella is a world-class musician. He is right now behind the board, and he's looking at me like, "Wow, you're saying such nice things about me." But yes, I am. His name is Alex Hopkins. And wait till you hear him sing. He had to do something that was appropriate. He's from Australia. He's very charming. This is Alex.
This is a little song for SPTS, for your Gala. Never forget to dream, because it is a wonderful world. Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do. Just watch the smoke rings rise in the air. You'll find your share of memories there. So dream when your day is through. Dream and they might come true. Things never are as bad as they seem. So dream. Green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, and dark sacred nights. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And the colors of the rainbow are pretty in the sky. They're also on the faces of the people passing by. And I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? What they're really saying is, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. much more than I ever know. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I hope you raise lots of money and people have been generous.
They absolutely are being generous. It's incredible. I keep getting reports of how much money that we're raising tonight, and I just want to throw this out there. I know we have live auction, and I know we have one more live auction. I'll get to that in a second. I know we're going to give away another drawing for another restaurant or whatever we have in store for you. Two more.
I have four ping pong balls.
I love that, but I want you to know, at any time. We've had a history here at the galas. At any time, we've had a history here where people have just raised their hand, walked up, and told Dawn or told the Quigleys they want to match certain donation, or they want to just give a certain donation. Sometimes anonymously, which of course is amazing, and sometimes we're happy to shout out their name from the rooftops because people just want to give when they hear what's going on, when they hear how we can actually offer some preventative methods, how we can get inside the kids' heads sometimes, and we can maybe recognize something that we wouldn't have recognized before we saw this broadcast. So if we're doing something really good tonight, please, just donate. You don't have to purchase something, just donate. If that's what moves you, just donate.
Yes.
All right, let's give something away. I'm going to try again. I can't believe I'm doing this again. I cannot believe.
Let me zoom in. Larry.
I cannot believe I'm not doing this again. But I'm going to make it on the first try. That's it. No build up. We're getting to it. Boom. Hello.
And so this is the winner of a gift certificate for La Cucina Nouveau.
La Cucina Nouveau?
Yes. We had one on the auction and one donated for the drawing. And that's going to number 67.
Can I drink? Is that up? Is that?
It's water. It's water. Sorry.
Can you fix the middle one? I keep going for the middle one.
Oh, Michael Brief. Michael and Lisa. We actually will be hearing from Stacy a little bit later.
Michael Brief, congratulations.
Incredible family, part
Great
of Friedrich, one of our longtime supporters. So congratulations. You guys will have to come down.
I love it. I love it. I want to give out something else. What
restaurant.
else am I giving out?
We also have a $100 gift certificate to El Nido.
El Nido?
Yes,
I
in
heard that's great.
Marlboro. I have heard the
I heard
same.
that's great.
Go further back. Let's have a long shot. Have a long shot. One long shot.
Yeah, you got that one in.
All right, here we go.
Let's test it.
All right, this is way longer. See, I'm
way
going to the
off.
short ones. I'm going to the short ones. This is it. I can't believe how terrible I'm doing here. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. That was not as painful as last time. That is number 68.
68. 68, you're a winner. You don't know who you are. Let me tell you.
Michael Brief. What?
Did he win two?
He did win two.
Oh, okay.
So you
He
guys will
won
just have to
two.
stay down. And they did register for 6 different tickets,
Oh.
one for each member
Well,
of the
there you
family.
go. Okay, so they did 6 registrations.
And so thank you, Michael and Lisa
Okay.
and Stacy and
Beautiful.
the entire family.
Beautiful.
I do believe it is time now for
Sponsors?
Are we doing sponsors?
Yeah, we should do some.
Let's do some sponsors.
Let's just make
Thank
sure
you
that the
again.
sponsors who have been so supportive, who really, they year, but it seems as though it's every year. It's something that they truly believe in. This is something that really has been very important to them, and they contribute, and they're very generous every year. So please, let me just shout out again the Coastal Title Agency. That's Bob Agel and Heather Puccio. Of course, we'd like to thank Mike Kiley at Security Benefit. The Bank of America, once again, so generous, so thoughtful, and remembers us each and every year. And of course, the Nazik family. The Naziks have been friends of ours for many, many years. And now, of course, when we need them during this crazy time, we can count on them. Those are our virtual event sponsors. Now for our platinum sponsors. Once again, that's Larry Durso. Thank you so much at Shore Haven Wealth Partners. Of course, Service Channel. I thank you again for joining us and being part of the broadcast. And of course, Chris Shaw at Morgan Stanley. Thank you again for being platinum sponsors. We can always, always count on you. Let me just run off a few other names of our gold sponsors and our silver sponsors. We've got the Werner family, the Curto family, the Beth family, Kim and Mike Vinatolo. I thank you so much for joining us. We've got Charles Jones. We've got Kennedy International. Of course, we've got First American, SB1 Bank, Best Deal Car Service, which is like one of my favorite sponsors, by the way, the Best Deal Car Service. I love it. The Swindlehurst family, the O'Keefes, the Butlers, Todd and Linda Cohen, Mike Feeney, the Tramatolas. Thank you so much. Mike Brief at Friedrich, and of course, GoMo Health. Thank you to all our sponsors and so many of us that joined us and participated. I have so many more people that I can thank, but we have so much entertainment. We want to keep going here.
Live auction.
So thank you so much. Let's go back to the live auction.
Yeah, so for our final live auction item, we will be raffling live with the generosity of Chip Garr, owner of Comstock Yachts and Marina. And this is a very popular item. Larry, you're in the picture a little bit. There we go. Perfect.
We
Thank
want
you.
to see the boat. We don't want to see you.
So you will be bidding on the opportunity to have this beautiful boat for yourself and 7 friends. It's dinner cruise, sunset cruise around the Manasquan River on this gorgeous yacht. And then Chip, who will be your captain, will provide $500 towards dinner at the Shrimp Box, which is another amazing restaurant. You cannot beat the seafood there and the experience. It's truly something else. And so for those of you at home, if you are still on your BidPal app, all you need to do is click on featured items and you will see this wonderful package donated by Chip and Comstock Yachts, and you can make your bids right there.
What do you want to start at? We're at 1,200 from Leslie Corey. Well, we're already at 1,200 from what I understand. Thank you so much. That's a great starting point. Now, I've got to be honest with you. Chip and Sue have been so generous through the years with this auction item. It's been incredible. It's been one of the favorites. As a matter of fact, it goes for probably the most money every year. I know Dawn.
It's a great opportunity.
I know you've been telling me, oh, you think we can get Chip to do the boat again? I go, Chip lives for boats. Comstock, that is his thing. The Comstock Marina, that's his thing. This guy knows boats. He is the #1 boat seller in New Jersey for sure. I mean, this guy's amazing.
You should see the boat that Chip typically donates for our auction for a hole-in-one prize.
Oh, I have seen it.
On one of
right.
the holes.
He's got this giant boat out there on hole number
Incredible.
11, and you can get in the boat and kind of like see what's going on. I took it out on 11 when in a little lake there. It didn't work out too well. Chip was kind of mad at me. But I want to give it up and say thank you so much to Chip for always donating this incredible cruise. I mean, the boat is spectacular, okay? It's spectacular, and you don't want to miss a night out on the water. And, of course, beautiful dinner at the Shrimp Box. Yes. We're at $1,200. Give me a number. Where are we? What do we got? Do we got 2,000 yet? We don't have 2,000 yet, but I'm looking for some numbers. Now, I understand I've gotten some text messages when I was offline. I got some text messages, so just keep trying and making sure this comes through. No problem. If you know a number of, maybe if you know George Werner's number, you could text it to George, and he'll run in from the other room, and he'll let us know what's going on. I'm probably not supposed to say that, but whatever. I'm having a great night here, and I want to make sure everybody is participating, everybody's donating. Once again, you've got $1,500 from Vinny Ponzone. I think that was a direct message. I'm not sure. But if you can send in your numbers here, this is a great night. This is an amazing night out. You've got your romantic sunset cruise, Shrimp Box. I haven't been to the Shrimp Box. I've heard great things.
It is. It's a really
Now, what do
great
you do?
spot.
You drive, you kind of like sail up on
I
the...
have not been there by boat.
I'm assuming you sail up by the boat. You get out, you dock.
You dock and you go right
I've
up.
always seen people do this. I've never really done that. I think it's great.
Well, Larry, for $1,500, nope, $1,700.
17?
You can. Well,
How do you
no,
know
that
it got
would
to
be
be
the next
17?
bid. That would be the next bid. I'm saying you can bid on it.
I could bid on it.
You can.
I could.
If you'd like that experience.
I
or
love
if
it.
you'd like that experience, you can bid
What do
on
we
it
got?
too.
$1,700. Who's got it? Do I got it? Maybe I have to have it. We're at 1,600. All right. We're at 16. All right.
Leslie,
I love it.
it will
Leslie,
be a
thank you so
beautiful
much.
trip.
We got you up to 1,600. Thank you so much. Do I hear 1,800? 1,800 is the number I'm looking for. Is there 1,800?
Oh,
Bob Thuggett. Bob Thuggett, 1,800.
Another hole-in-one sponsor on our usual
Yes.
auction.
Yes, this is a guy who knows exactly how to go on a boat cruise. 2,000. 2,000, Vinny and George. All right, so it looks like we're in action here. We've got the money flowing. We've got this going. What do we got? We got 2,000, 2,000. 2,200 from Leslie. Leslie, I'm pretty sure you can't outbid Thuggett. Thuggett will take this home. There's no way. And now that I just told him, he's definitely going to do it.
8 people.
8
It's a
people.
wonderful trip.
8 people.
Again, socially distanced, outdoor dining, on
The wind
river,
blowing through your hair.
fresh seafood.
Exactly. This
They
is the way
also
to
do
go.
have wonderful
So I'm
steak
waiting
and
to
chicken
hear
and
the next
pasta.
bid. Leslie, it's not that I don't want you to get the cruise. I do. I want you to get it at $3,000, not at $2,200. But that's another story. All right, so here we go. We've got $2,200 from Leslie. What's going on? I think I hear the bids coming in. There's a runner coming in. I don't know. I'm hoping to get $3,000 for this, but I'll take 2,400.
24?
I'll take 24. We're at 22. We're at 22 with Leslie. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so sometimes, it doesn't come in.
Oh,
Boom.
25, George and Todd.
George and Todd. I guess Vinny
George
dropped.
and Todd or
did
George
Vinny
and Vinny?
Did Vinny drop
George
out?
and Todd.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we have a new
All right.
group in.
All right, new group. I guess George wants to go on the boat. Vinny just said.
It is George and
It
Vinny.
is George and
Okay.
Vinny. Okay. I'm sorry, Vinny. I didn't mean to do that. I want to make sure. Todd's got his hands full with stuff going on out there. He probably doesn't like
All
boats
right.
that much. I don't know. I've never seen him on
So
Chip's
what
boat.
was that, Rach?
We're at 25,
24?
Rachel? 26. Leslie will not be outdone. Thuggett is gone. I haven't heard from Thuggett in a while.
I think Leslie and her friends.
Leslie's
would
looking
really
good.
enjoy
Leslie,
it.
you're looking good at $2,600. We're close to our goal.
I think we can get 3 for this.
Alex, throw it in there if you can. Looks like $2,600 from Leslie. Looks like the number, and I want to make sure. I want to make sure that we've got all the bids in. So I'm going to give you that countdown. You know that delay.
the last
This is
live
the last
auction.
live auction. This is the last
It
chance we
is.
get to raise money. We still have time.
We do.
And by
We
the way,
have
you can
time.
still donate. So let's see.
Donations are certainly
Let's do the
still
let's do the
available.
10-second delay.
10-second delay.
We got that
Go
delay.
ahead.
Has to work. I know this is kind of weird, but we are on a delay.
Would you like to play a couple of Sea Cadets, which is a boat theme, and then maybe let them bid against each other, try and get...
You know what? That's an excellent
that is
idea.
An excellent idea. Yeah. We are going to cut away
Go
to
ahead.
again our partners at the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets. We will leave the bidding open.
Open.
Where is it?
28.
It is 2,800. We will leave it open during. I believe this is about 2 minutes, little over. Wonderful message from another wonderful
wait.
organization that we work with.
So when we come back, it's a 2-minute video. When we come back, by the way, you're going to love the video. When we come back, first number I hear, that's the number.
So you have 2 more minutes to continue bidding. Last live.
Let's go. Sea Cadets.
My name is Alicia Gavin, and I'm the Director of Communications with the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps. The United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps is honored to be partnered with the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. As a youth organization, our mission is to build leaders of character. Increasingly, our young men and women are facing rigorous pressures from the outside world, and our mission to build leaders of character became incumbent upon their health and safety. This new goal and new mission to empower and protect our cadets became greatly aided by the amazing work from the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. The U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps is the official youth organization of both the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Coast Guard. We have units across the United States and in Guam and Puerto Rico. With over 8,000 young men and women ages 10 to 18, we have a plethora of backgrounds and experiences. During our partnership, we have been able to provide first-class training to our adult volunteers on the signs of suicidal thoughts and how to best protect our amazing young men and women. As the COVID-19 pandemic began to spread across the United States and statewide shutdowns began to take place, Maureen Underwood worked with our training team to provide webinars to not only our adult volunteers, but to our parents and cadets as well. Hundreds of Sea Cadet members participated in these important and safe conversations, and we have had numerous parents and cadets reach out in thanks for the thoughtful words and conversations that were held. With the help of the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide, we have been able to provide a safe haven for our cadets, parents, and volunteers during this trying time. We have been able to cultivate a safe space for seeking help and healing, and we have been able to provide hope to our Sea Cadet family. We want to thank everybody at the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide, especially Maureen Underwood, for their incredible dedication to education and compassion.
What's up, everybody? My name is Bryan and I am so excited to be joining you today to show our appreciation and support for our good friends over at the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide. One of our most commonly discussed goals here at Feeling Swell is building a brand that brings an element of comfort to difficult conversations. And for that reason, we believe our partnership with SPTS is perfect because not only have they had those conversations, but they've been leading those conversations for years. And they've been doing so by teaching us at a very early age how to have appropriate dialogue on topics of mental health. As individuals, my brother Eric and I are especially happy about this partnership because we want to demonstrate that there is no shame in being a male and talking about mental health. As someone who manages his own depression and OCD related anxieties, I firmly believe that leading those conversations with kindness and care does not weaken you, it only empowers you and enables you to be a more understanding, relatable person down the road. After some thought, I think the reason we are most excited about our partnership with SPTS is because that we're starting to see a trend in Gen Z towards a culture of compassion. That generation is embracing values of social unity, prioritizing the interests of the collective over the interests of the individual. And frankly, that's a very exciting time to get behind a cause. So Feeling Swell and SPTS are excited to utilize our mutual resources to be whatever form of tailwind we can be to that movement. So to the entire SPTS team, to the entire SPTS community, to everyone that chimed in, thank you for being here today. Thank you for all that you do. Everyone, please make sure to donate today and keep the positivity going. From the Feeling Swell headquarters, over and out. Thank you.
Like that's too goofy. All right, just as promised, we let the videos go. We came back. We're at $3,000. That's Leslie at $3,000. So Leslie, we love you and thank you so much. You're going to enjoy that. That is something really special. Next up, we have a young man that I met doing an interview with him. And I got to be honest with you, he's part of that youth council we were talking about before. He is a special, special young man. I did a little interview with him and I really got a sense of maturity from him. And I really got a sense of professionalism. And I can see that he's going to be a very special young man when he gets older. And he's got something to share with you of his experience in high school at the youth.
Right now I'm hanging out with Daniel Diaz. He is going to be a senior at Colonia High School, and he's joined us today. He's got a special treat for us coming up, but I just wanted to take a minute to introduce you to Daniel. Daniel is an important member of the Youth Council for SPTS. Daniel, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved?
Well, thank you for the introduction. I got involved the end of my freshman year. I was approached by our vice principal, Mrs. Murphy, to be in this new organization coming to Woodbridge for the first time. At first, I was a little hesitant. I really didn't get the message. She thought I needed help, but that wasn't the case. So she asked me to be in this great organization, and I applied, and the beginning of my sophomore year, I entered, and I've never regretted it ever since.
That's fantastic. I appreciate that. So tell me a little bit. So you're going to this youth council. You're participating with a bunch of other kids, and what are the activities that you're participating in? What's a meeting like?
The main focus that the meetings convey is having this sense of safety. Safety to say the word suicide in a normal setting, because if we don't talk about it, we can't do anything about it. So a general meeting runs with scenarios. We're given scenarios on different things. Oh, how can I help my friend? My friend is suicidal. What can we do? We have guest speakers a lot come in and talk about their life experiences, not only with suicide, but other stressors, because we also talk about wellness, and wellness is a huge part of this organization. We stress it a lot, mental and physical wellness. You know, hopefully our youth council members can convey those messages, not only to our schools, but to our communities.
I really like the way that sounds. You sound very knowledgeable. So you basically take this message and you bring it back to your friends at high school?
Yes, and we make it a topic of discussion. We make sure it's discussed. We've had character projects, and we just make sure that people are aware that if they need help, we are here to help them. And not only us, obviously we have our trusted adults and our mentors and our guidance counselors, our teachers, our administration. So that's basically what the youth council instills in us to do.
Do you feel you can recognize a friend or a student or a classmate that might be in trouble or struggling? Not that you're a professional.
Yeah, from a non-professional standpoint, I feel comfortable in saying that I would. That's one of the things that we do discuss, signs of how to tell if someone is depressed or if someone is going through a rough situation at home or even in school.
I think more people should be more knowledgeable and be able to read some of these signs and bring it to someone's attention. And I can't wait to hear you on the broadcast. What song did you choose to sing?
It is a song from Dear Evan Hansen, You Will Be Found. And it basically highlights a person's struggle in being recognized not only in the world, but you know, in their little bubble that they call home. And I feel like it really highlights what this organization is about.
Very appropriate, very appropriate. Well, thank you for a few minutes, and I'm sure everyone's going to love your song. And thanks for joining us and sharing, and keep up the good work. And
well, thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come screaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
Check this out. One of our largest sponsors, and actually one of our partners at SPTS, is one of the best organizations I've ever come across. This is the School of Rock.
I am here today with Rob Price, who is the CEO of School of Rock. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it, and you'd like to maybe send your child or somebody you know, or maybe you'd like to join School of Rock. Rob Price is the guy. Tell us a little bit about your involvement with SPTS.
Terrific. I'm really pleased to be with you, Larry. Thank you for your efforts and everything your team is doing. We've grown very, very fond of your team as we've gotten to know you. I think well over a year and a half now, and I'm very, very proud that you're a partner of ours. We got involved with SPTS. At the time, we had nearly 40,000 students when we first reached out to you in 9 countries and 270 schools around the world. And as you and I have talked about, we're on the front lines of teenage angst. We're on the front lines of creative expression and people really trying to find themselves and to find their voice. And thankfully, we have so many stories where we have been the calm in the storm for these students. But unfortunately, as you know, we reached out to you when we had a tragic loss in our community of one of our beloved students. And we really felt ill-equipped. We felt that we needed help and we needed to understand more about how we can be a more affirmative and positive voice. And we were so pleased to come upon SPTS and the team, and it's really become our core cause.
And to have you there, like you say, on the front lines, dealing with the kids some of these kids in their creative moments. That's very cool.
I had the privilege, it's one of the best parts of my job, of getting to be on the bus rides, getting to be one of the roadies. And I met this young man named Sam, and he was just a terrific kid. And I happened to meet his parents at one of the events. And I said, what a terrific young man, what a great team player, great musician. You know that already, but what a great spirit, what a gracious soul. And the mom said, we just want to tell you, he wouldn't be here without School of Rock. And as if to make sure that I understood what she said, I want you to know what I mean. He literally would not be with us without School of Rock. And
we have a tremendous impact.
Yeah, I know we're a good place for these students, but now being affiliated with your team, I feel like we know so much more about how to respond and how to create a conversation and how to make it a safe conversation for our students. And by the way, for our teachers too, and for our staff.
Technically, you are one of the teachers. You guys are the teachers, and to be able to recognize those symptoms is very important.
Oh, for sure. And I would also say demystifying the conversation, normalizing the conversation. What SPTS has done an amazing job of doing is helping us with the vocabulary of that conversation. So of course, yes, seeing the warning signs, knowing when having an elevated sense of when we need to do something, but just giving us the basic tool set. And SPTS did it in a very practical way. Is the thing that's so great about your organization is it's not just an advocacy organization. You have amazing resources and talent, and it's a small but potent team. And we want to do anything we can to increase the level of support and awareness and financial support for you guys, because your work is so potent.
We so appreciate it. We need more people like you out there who recognize the need. And
I'm even prouder now that we have this affiliation with SPTS to really help those students thrive. Thank you for your partnership and your friendship.
All the leaves are brown. sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA. California dreaming on such a winter's day. I stopped into a church. I passed along the way. Oh, I got down on my knees and I pretend to pray. You know the preacher like me cold. He knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I've been for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her, then I could leave today. California dreaming on such a winter's day. On such a winter's day. On such a winter's day.
Just so you know, we're almost at the end. We've got an amazing one more performance for you from the one and only David Bryan. But before we get to that, let me just tell you where we are with the numbers.
We are at $142,000, 569.
Did you hear that? 142,569. Yes, that's
Thank you.
serious. Thank you. All right, that's amazing. Now, we only have a few more minutes left. We have an amazing performance. We've got some more time here. I know there's so many of you that are still on the broadcast. You've enjoyed everything tonight. You've got some great information. This is when I want you to really reach down. This is the time of the night where I'm saying to you, hey, you've done everything you can do. Now we're asking for that extra. I know that there are people out there that are watching and enjoying and doing all that, and maybe during this time, maybe they're not prepared to do something like that. I understand. But there's always somebody who has the true meaning of giving, okay? Think of it as Christmas in July, okay? That's what it is. It's Christmas in July. This is the time to reach down and say, hey, so there's no more live auction, there's no more terrible ping pong stuff, but what we do have is a donate button. That's all. You're going to donate. That's
Please
it.
do, because we know that our kids are going to need it more than ever
Save
after
lives.
these last 4.5 months.
Save lives.
And suicide is the second leading cause of death in the U.S.
Mhm.
We had extremely high rates in the first quarter of this year in New Jersey alone, not even to talk about across
think
the
about
country.
it. Think about the pandemic. What's going on with these kids?
And it is going to, unfortunately, be worse off. So with your help, we can continue to offer new and exciting, very helpful resources, expand the programs we know are already working, and reach more kids and families.
Thank you. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce our last program segment of the night. Is Stacy Brief, again, an incredible young woman who was introduced to our organization probably about 5 or 6 years ago, and she has run the gamut. She has done fundraising. She has scheduled presentations at her school. She has had suicide prevention awareness presentations at her college. She also very personally, and I will say single-handedly with an incredible team, brought our Youth Wellness Summit out to Long Island. And so I am so proud to introduce to you Stacy Brief.
Thank you.
My name is Stacy. I became involved with the Society for the Prevention of Teen Suicide when I was 16 years old, at a time when I was really struggling with depression, anxiety, and thoughts of suicide. Becoming involved with SPTS completely changed my life. It gave me a purpose, a cause that I wholeheartedly believe in, and helped me find confidence that I never knew I could have. Throughout the years, I've been involved with SPTS by raising money for their programming, sharing my story at annual fundraisers, and being a part of the resiliency panel at the Youth Wellness Summits, as well as volunteering at other events. I've been so inspired by the work that SPTS does that I wanted to bring it to my own community where I saw a need for it. SPTS has helped me do this by hosting the Long Island Youth Wellness Summit, as well as soon introducing a youth council to my area. I've seen how amazing the SPTS programming has been at the Youth Wellness Summits, where teens oftentimes have their first time getting to speak about mental health, suicide prevention, and the different things that impact them. They've gotten to learn about the role of a trusted adult and self-care and how to help themselves and their friends. SPTS also provides programming and training for parents, communities, and teachers so that teens have support in all aspects of their lives. SPTS relies on the generous support of donors such as you to keep these programs going and to continue saving teens. I'm so grateful to be a part of SPTS's journey and to have SPTS be a part of my life as well.
What can I say? It's been an amazing broadcast. I'd love to update you on the numbers, and I'm just letting you know, thank you so much for all of us to be here, to be with us, to share in this opportunity to bring you a virtual broadcast. I know that for some of you, this was your first virtual experience. But this is what's going to be part of our lives going forward. I can't imagine another live broadcast without a virtual component. Okay, so let's get to it. The headliner is ready to go. So I've been friends with David for about 20 years. This is David Bryan, founding member of Bon Jovi, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not only that, he's got his next Broadway musical coming out. He's a Tony Award winner. This man can do it all. He's a composer. He's an unbelievable rock and roll star. This is David Bryan with the lead song from Diana, a musical.
I offer my goodbyes without compromise. A princess moving on beyond the ballast stairs, beyond the photographs, a fairy tale come gone. All I shall do again, stand in the queue again, is to not make it new. A mother full of pride, her prince is by her side, her life finally has to choose. And I choose happiness, I choose a fresh new start, I choose whatever lies ahead. But how does one begin to shed her royal skin, be better than before? She discards her past, all that she's in mass set free, she'll do even more. Then I choose happiness, I choose a fresh new start, I choose whatever lies ahead. If I have another child, an answer to my prayer, perhaps a baby girl, or better yet, a pair. If Charles steps aside and lets my William reign, then all that suffering will not have been in vain. My future's my design, my story finally mine, as I light the world, I light the world.
Guys are back, everyone! Yay!
Hey, everybody.
Hey everybody, just wanted to come in at the end here and thank you all for being with us tonight. Amazing fundraising, $145,000 I believe. And it couldn't be done without you, our sponsors and all the people that contributed to the bidding, the auction items, everything. And it certainly would not have been possible without Larry and his team. And Dawn, I tell you, I think the two of you should have a chat show coming up on the late night networks. Absolutely brilliant. And Alex too, your expertise on behind the camera and the sound was absolutely terrific. But again, thank you all so very, very much. Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great
Thanks,
night.
everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
And we're out.
All right. Excellent. Well done.
you.
Absolutely. Well done. Well done, Dawn.
I hope you guys don't mind about
Okay, money.
but again, with
Money.
Leslie,
That was really